Hey, Soul Tribe. Mel, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your weekly collective for the week of February 9th through the 15th. Let's break it down day by day and take a look at how your week ahead is unfolding. I feel like you are internalizing or processing some important information that has come through. So you may find yourself deep in thought. Many of you have a lot of ideas that you may be channeling because I feel like that crown chakra is wide open this week. So this could be intuitive information that's coming through, or it could be external information that's coming through, and you are processing this information because you may have an important choice or a decision that you are going to make moving forward. I feel like there is a blessing or an opportunity lining up, and by receiving this information, it's preparing you to move forward into alignment with this opportunity. So you may have some ideas that come through or some thoughts that come through where it feels like you're combing through this information and deciding how you want to move forward, how you want to generate a new income source, or how you want to talk to a loved one. Communication could be important, and some of you may have an interview or you may have a meeting coming through. I also see that you may be preparing for a financial change within your work sector. You do have finances coming up here as well. So it feels like you are going offline this week when it comes to perhaps the external world around you. It doesn't mean that you're not participating in what's going on around you, but it just feels like you are really going within and internalizing instead of letting the outside world project their input onto you. I feel like you are creating a good boundary and you are setting yourself up for success by planning and getting organized and getting prepared before you meet something in the outer world. Now, moving into the underlying energy that is flowing through the week ahead, you do have family here. Now, family speaks of ancestral healing, legacy. This connects to your stability, your foundation, your root chakra. So I see that many of you are stabilizing your inner world this week, creating inner peace, maybe even utilizing somatic practices, tools, and healing to help bring you a deeper sense of awareness of what's going on within you, especially if some of you have felt triggered or if you've had some old self-sabotaging dynamics come through, or if you find yourself spiraling. I see that you may be finding that inner calm and inner peace and letting your body know that you're safe, right? Your mind may have already moved forward, but for some of you, again, because I'm seeing a lot of mental energy this week, I see that you are finding ways to tell a story that isn't based in old past wounds or old past conditioning. This is about you moving forward here and saying, I am manifesting my world. I am moving towards a life that I love. But first, I have to make sure I am feeling it on the inside. I have to make sure I'm believing in myself. So belief is powerful. Now, family coming through tells me that there could be some changes in the family dynamic here. Some of you, this is changes within your financial structure. This could be you. It could be a loved one. I also see that many of you are working on creating not a false sense of security, but addressing what the cracks are in that sense of security, because there is something that feels like it's been falsified or something that was not fully being seen or addressed. And so you are looking at some of the root issues, and that may be why I see you really processing and internalizing so you can be a part of the solution instead of feeling like you're stuck in a problem. Now, moving into Monday, February 9th, you have rest and retreat. Now, I believe Monday sets the tone for the entire week. Monday is a powerful day where you are getting back to your routine. If you are working Monday through Friday, or even if you do work on the weekends, Monday is a bit of a setup day where you're really looking at things from a more structured mindset. But this Monday, it feels like you are finding ways to pause. You're finding ways to relax before you go into that busy, hectic, organized schedule of yours. So it could start off with a nice cup of tea in the morning and being able to relax and perhaps journal, maybe pull an oracle card before you jump into your work week. And some of you may find rest and relaxation through exercise in the morning or through yoga. This could be on your lunch break. It could be that you are planning a future getaway. Some of you may be planning a trip, or you could be traveling this Monday, but I feel like you are finding that space that feels peaceful, both within and in your outer world. So even though I do see that many of you are working, you are finding ways to bring balance into your body, into your mind, and into your spirit instead of exhaustion or hustle mentality or burning yourself out. So be mindful. This Monday, your body and your mind are asking for some stillness, asking for some space to be able to receive the important information that I was picking up on for you that is coming through. So rest and retreat. Take some time out to do some healing exercises, healing practices. You may also be in the healing industry or healing field, and I see that you are a guiding light for others, but be sure to fill your cup as well. Now, moving into Tuesday, February 10th, we have here second chance. So this is the kickstart. Perhaps you are more productive here on Tuesday than maybe on Monday, but that's okay because we don't always have to be, again, hustling. It is so important to allow our body to rest or allow our mind to breathe a bit instead of feeling like we have to constantly be figuring out solutions. And I do see here a lot of mental energy. I'm getting a lot of swords, especially the 8 of swords is coming through here. So sometimes that 8 of swords can be mental turmoil. So the rest and retreat soul tribe can remind you to calm that mind or to start telling yourself a new story, focus on growth, focus on healing, focus on peace instead of catastrophizing or looking for worst case scenario or going down the rabbit hole within our thoughts. You have second chance here on Tuesday showing up because there is a do-over. And some of you may have gone through a period of rejection, or you've gone through a period of loss in some capacity, a loss of self, a loss of pleasure, a loss of identity, or just feeling lost within your current circumstance. I'm getting a blend between the 5 of Cups and a little bit of the 5 of Wands as well. So 5s represent change, right? They represent shifts in energy. And this is a day where you are taking inventory, really taking a look at your circumstance. And this may be where you finally come up with a clear solution or a clear plan and how you want to move forward here. You could also be talking to a professional. This could be a therapist. It could be a financial advisor. Some of you may be connecting with a boss. I see someone of higher authority, perhaps an emperor figure or even a hierophant. This could be a spiritual teacher or guide. But you are being guided to trust in the unfolding. Trust that those blessings I mentioned earlier are aligning, and you are opening yourself up to gratitude, right? You're seeing that your life is beautiful and all of the messy pieces in it are beautiful as well, even though there's this heaviness or this loss that has been hovering. I see that you are trying again, right? And you're looking to the future, but I feel like one of the most important things for you this week especially with rest and retreat this Monday, is staying present within your body and trusting that you are not in this alone. And that's why you have family, because this could be your soul tribe, your spirit guides, loved ones in spirit. This could be your ancestors, also physical friends and family, chosen family. So you have a support system here. And this could even be some professionals that you trust. And I see that you have this ability to move into a better offer, a better energy coming through this Tuesday for you after allowing yourself to take a little bit of that time out to rest and rejuvenate and to regulate your autonomic nervous system, because it's important that the parasympathetic and the sympathetic are regulated. They're kind of working together instead of constantly falling into the sympathetic, which is our fight, flight, or freeze response. And you don't want to be walking on eggshells 24/7, right? You don't want to constantly be in a state of adrenal fatigue or feeling like you're burning the candle at both ends. And I feel like that's the reminder for you this week, is to take care of you and process some information. Don't numb, don't avoid, don't hide, face something head on, because that is going to bring in this resiliency, because it takes courage and strength to face something head on. And I believe in you, Soul Tribe. You have that ability to step into this energy and face whatever it is that may show up as a bit of a challenge, a struggle, or an obstacle. Now moving into Wednesday, February 11th, we have 211 here, the great outdoors. Many of you are connecting with nature, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother God. I see this strong, beautiful Empress energy. You may be feeling highly creative on Wednesday. Many of you are getting outside, going for a walk. I see you may even have a bit of a green thumb, and you could be working with plants. Okay, maybe you're gardening or your plants need a good watering on Wednesday. But you may also be connecting to the outdoors in a way that it excites you. So you could be planning a trip, and on this trip, you'll be outdoors a bit more, or maybe spending some time in the sunshine. This could be a really great day for you to eat your lunch outside if you are able to, or to get that car washed, or to work outside in the garage, or do something here that connects you with sunshine, because I am getting that sun showing up here. And this is about unplugging. So you may be unplugging from social media this Wednesday. Even if you're not spending time outdoors, I do see that you're taking a bit of a sabbatical from the external world or social media. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to get in touch with my body. I'm going to get in touch with the ground around me. And so some of you are really doing some strong grounding exercises. And this is also about you eating foods that come straight from Mother Earth, more whole foods. Some of you may even be working with, it could be plant medicine, it could be supplements. I'm getting tea. Some of you could be drinking or finding new teas that you like to drink. I'm also getting detox teas as well. So some of you are looking at ways to detoxify the body, and you may be feeling a lot better in your body this week. But because I see water this Wednesday, it's important that you allow emotions to come in the way that they want to show up. And emotions can be like guiding posts. If we pay attention to our emotions, it can give us insight into what's going on within us and around us. And emotions are like waves. They're going to crash to the shoreline. They will dissipate, but it's important not to push those emotions down or suppress them. But ask from perhaps a bystander perspective, or like a fly on the wall. Ask your emotions, what are you trying to tell me? Or what do I need to know? Instead of getting caught up in that wave, right? If you can ride it, kind of like a surfer rides the wave, and ask, what do you need to tell me? What do I need to know in this moment? Is this a trigger? Is this something that is inspiring me? Is this motivating me to take action and move forward? So I do see a strong emotional energy coming through this Wednesday. Now on Thursday, February 12th, we have milestone. Beautiful. So this may be a bit of a peak for you in the week ahead. Thursday the 12th, you have some big accomplishments here, Soul Tribe. This is an energy of victory. This is you feeling like you have accomplished a lot this day. You're getting a lot done. I feel like there's a lot of progress in your career. There may even be some sort of windfall here for you. Perhaps this could be a refund, a rebate, a settlement. It could be a check that shows up, a bonus, a raise, a promotion. It doesn't have to be a financial win. I'm saying that because you have finances coming through on Friday. But for many of you, this is going to be a personal win because of how you've handled some energies earlier in the week, or because you have been in this introspective processing type of mentality. Because you're dealing with it instead of running away from it. It feels like you are no longer feeling like you have to continue tying up these loose ends. You're like, okay, I understand this. I have a deeper level of awareness. I was able to be the observer in a situation instead of reacting immediately. So that right there is powerful. That means you are connecting to that divine source. And I'm getting your solar plexus is highlighted here. That's our gut. That's our powerhouse. That's our confidence. That can be our seat of our ego as well. So I see that you are leading with your soul, and you are telling fear, you're telling those old beliefs to kind of take a hike, or for fear, right? To jump in the back seat. You can come along, fear, but you're not going to be in the driver's seat of my life. So you're aware and you're acknowledging. And I see that that is a big win, because sometimes we let these things play subconsciously in the background of our minds. So many of you are moving towards a big victory. Remember that blessing or opportunity that I was seeing aligning for you? It feels like here it is. So you may even receive a call. This could be an email. This could be a green light from the universe that is propelling you forward, Soul Tribe. So this Thursday, big rewards, big news, big communication within or again external that feels like a win on all levels. Now moving into Friday, February 13th. Now Friday the 13th is actually a really good omen. It is a lucky energy despite what the old sayings brought through. So finances here could be payday for many of you, but it could also be a day where you're really tapping into the flow of abundance. And I'm being shown here a vision board. I'm a huge vision boarder, and I see that you may have created one yourself, either on a poster board, or this could be on your computer, on your laptop. I see that many of you are seeing a vision of yours come to life. And if you don't have a vision board, that's okay as well. You may have a vision in your mind. You're starting to see this come together in a physical way. I'm being shown the 9 and the 8 of cups, and how interesting the 9 was coming through first, because the 9 is about creating a life that you love. The 9 is about independence and having autonomy over your finances here, and being able to make choices and decisions that come from a space of you trusting in your spiritual truth. And by living and leaning into that energy, you're going to see a rich and rewarding energy in your outer world. And the 8 of Pentacles is mastery. Mastery through trial and error, being open to experimentation, being open to new skills and growth and evolution. And that could be paying off here for you, because finances showing up here tells me that this could be a day of income source, new income sources showing up for you. It could be investments. There's payouts here. Fortune is smiling upon you. So this is such a beautiful week ahead, even if it starts out where you are internalizing or processing a bit. Try not to let the mind go down the rabbit hole if you haven't heard back from someone, or if you are feeling a bit stuck. It's important to allow your body, your mind, your nervous system to regulate the beginning of the week, because by the end of the week, you have some really favorable news coming in for you. Now, moving into the weekend ahead, we have here intuition this Saturday, February 14th. Many of you, well, all of you are intuitive, but many of you are really opening up this energy of intuitive awareness. Remember what I said about that crown chakra? And for others of you that feel a bit stuck in your intuitive awareness, you're like, Mel, how do I strengthen my intuitive abilities? I see that you are well on your way. You are progressing, you're taking steps, and you will start to connect with your intuition, because this is like your best friend, right? This is going to help guide you. It's going to sometimes be very clear, sometimes a bit blunt, but it's always going to support you. And I see that many of you are practicing ways to get in touch with this sacred part of you. I also see that you may be spending time in a sacred space this Saturday. This could certainly be a church for some of you. For others of you, your church is going to be nature. It could be your craft room. Some of you may be enjoying family dinners with those that you love. And I see that you are safe to listen to your intuition here. So Saturday brings in some strong channeled messages and intuitive hits through movement for some of you. So it could even be while you are dancing, right? While you are doing yoga, or while you are going for a walk, that you really receive some strong messages here. Now, sometimes this can be while we perform our regular mundane tasks, like doing the dishes or putting them in the dishwasher. It could be while we are showering, while we are driving. So expect that there's going to be some powerful insights that come through. And also, for those of you that are dreamers, or even if you're not a dreamer, you may be surprised to find that you wake up feeling lighthearted, feeling happy, feeling joy, or perhaps you are excited about what's to come for the first time in a long time. It feels like there's this burst of inspiration, this burst of light that is coming through here for you. And I see that divine order is coming through. I'm being shown the scales of justice. So you could be rebalancing your life in some way. If you felt like the scales were tipped in any area of your life, there is this divine resorting of elements. And I see that you are listening, you're paying attention, and you are taking the steps needed or required to allow this intuitive portal to fully shine and come through. Now, many of you are being guided to take a class, or perhaps to enhance your skill set. Maybe you're learning more about the metaphysical world. You could be taking classes on tarot, astrology, human design. I'm also seeing here psychology, with the mind being highlighted here for you. Many of you may be learning about neuroplasticity, EMDR, the power of our programming. Many of you may be guided to share your story with others or with another. And I see that you have this ability to be a beautiful mentor or guide or teacher, either in your personal life or professional world. Now, moving into Sunday, February 15th, you have Soul Tribe coming through. Now, this is where the connection comes through after a week of really internalizing, processing, and coming up with solutions, and also navigating through some of those emotional waves, right, that are coming through, especially midweek. This may be when you are connecting with others, when you are celebrating. This could be an online community. It could be getting together with your family. Some of you may even have a date this Sunday. I see that you are connecting with friends and family. There's connection here, like minds coming together. You may also be catching up on maybe some family time. And even if it includes housework or doing some mundane tasks, it feels like you have the support of others, or others are collaborating as well. If you have children in the home, you may be getting together with children, and all of you could be cleaning up the toys. Or if you are making dinner, perhaps your family gets involved with making the dinner. I see here that you could also be going to a class or spending time in a community here of like-minded individuals, either in person for many of you or online. I'm also getting animals being a part of this family or part of this soul tribe. And you could be spending time with your animals, taking them for a walk, especially midweek on Wednesday if you have pets. I also see that you are opening up to connecting with people on a deeper level. So there could be an important conversation that you find yourself in. Maybe some of you find that you lose time spending an hour on the phone with a loved one if you haven't talked to them for a while. So this is a powerful week for you. And I feel so happy to be here with you, because you should be proud of your progress. You should be proud of how you have dealt with some heavier energies within yourself and within maybe those around you. Because we know that sometimes our emotions get the best of us and people react due to unprocessed energy, unprocessed traumas. And sometimes we are on the other end of that and we are getting the brunt, right? And sometimes it can be our own emotions that are not as processed as we would like. And sometimes we can lash out at people, or we can allow our anger to get the best of us. But what I'm seeing here is the Magician. And I feel like you are here to alchemize your energy, your experience. And it means that you have the tools that you need, just like the Magician has the tools that he needs to take iron and turn it into gold, right? You have the ability to take challenges and make a better outcome because of those challenges. That is your superpower. Thank you so much for being here, Soul Tribe. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video, or by visiting intuitivesoulcoach.com.